What is going on, and welcome back to the Journeyman series with me, FoggyPlays, on FM22. We are still in charge of Curse and Ashton, and things are going fine. Not too many complaints, I guess. We're doing okay. In today's episode, though, we are taking on the team I started YouTube with, Hemel Hempstead Town, in the FA Trophy 5th round, and we're going to be taking on Brackley, a club who I did a personal save with 2 years ago now, I think, and do quite well. It was quite a nice journey we had. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so as I said in the intro, we're taking on Hemel Hempstead, who are ninth in their division, which is the Vanarama National League South. But if you go to the Vanarama National League North, we're also in ninth. We've played 26 games and got 37 points. Hemel Hempstead, 26 games, 38 points. So they're 1 point better than we are. That's fine. It's all fine. Since you were here last in the draw against Hereford, we went and we played a couple of FA Trophy games, which, as I said, playing today, beat Berry Town 4-2. A little bit disappointed that we conceded 2, but 43-year-old assistant manager for Berry Town, John Kennedy, ex-Ipswich player, managed to get himself a goal, and Carlos Edwards, is that what his name is? The guy who used to play for Sunderland. He played in that game, but we played quite well, so that's all that matters. Then we played Southport twice in 2 games. Everything's a little bit weird. There were some teams we hadn't even played once yet, but we played Southport twice in quick succession, beat them the first time around with a penalty from Dominic Knowles, and the next match was against Chorley. And everything happened within the first 25 minutes. They scored twice. Blythe was just tore our defence apart. Cade Craig just got shit on. Dominic Knowles scored in the 25th minute. Not a huge amount happened after that. We then went away to Southport and they did a number on us. So we're 1 for 1. Well, 1 each. Against Southport this season. Obviously, no, it wasn't great. Against Blythe, we put up quite the fight. We took the lead early on. Joe Willis got sent off after 51 minutes. They scored in the 71st minute. We also had Pasha go off injured after we made our 3 substitutions. So I'm kind of happy we got a result against Blythe. Against Kettering, Harry Flowers got sent off quite early on for 2 yellow cards. Wasn't great. But Dominic Knowles managed to get himself a goal again. He has been in quite good form. He's joint top goal scorer in our division. Then we played FA Trophy against Bath, who are second in the National League South, with a rotated side, sort of. Yeah, we had Dale Whittam playing at centre back. That shows how the situation was going at the time. We managed to come out of it without Ben Friel. I think was that the goal he scored. That was an absolute worldly. Let's find out. We're going to check to see. I'm pretty sure this is the one. He scored 1 goal recently. That was an absolute belter. We did play cautious in this game, and it kind of worked out for us. So, no, that was not the belter. He scored an absolute worldly of a goal in one of the games. Definitely was against Telford, because I remember that one. But against Chester, 5-1. We absolutely smashed poor Chester. Dominic Knowles getting a hat-trick. Terry Stevenson and Harry Flowers also scoring. Dominic Knowles, as you can see, perfect 10. He's been fine. He's okay since. Against Fylde, they're one of the best teams in the league. We struggled. Dominic Knowles did get on the score sheet for us, but we just did not have it. They scored late in the first half to equalise, and then just kept doing what they were doing. What is going on with my face? I'm going to fix that in a second. Then against York, really frustrating. We took the lead. We were much better than York, and then they scored right at the end. Went defensive because I wanted to keep the result. Didn't work out. Then against Telford, we just beat them 1-0. Maybe this was the goal? I literally just played this match. But we'll have to see. Maybe. There's a couple of players that we've signed recently which have caused not massive issues, but just some issues. Real top bins. It wasn't the one. There was one he smashed it off the crossbar, and it bounced in, and it was beautiful. Maybe it's against Scarborough Athletic. I don't know, but anyway, I will be back in 2 seconds to fix my face. Okay, so that seems to have somewhat fixed it. We have had a couple of players we've offered contracts to recently. We have a player, J. Ben from Halifax, who we're looking to bring in on loan. I think we're the only club in for him. We are, so hopefully he'll join us. Adam Brumby rejected us on his wages. Callum Wilson would have been a player I would have quite liked to have gotten in because he's quite good physically, trash technically, but Boston came and offered him a loan as well, and he went to them. And Jack Doherty, for the second time, he rejected us. I am furious with this guy, but it's fine. So as you know, or I suppose you don't know, Dale Whittam left for Kettering. Valued at absolutely nothing, just left on a free. We've had a lot of players get offered contracts for free, and a lot of them have left. Joe Willis has come in as a box-to-box midfielder, and he's okay. He's had a couple of good games, got himself sent off in one game, which was not ideal. Don't care about those two. Ryan Rydell has come in from Stockport and has been actually a pretty bang average player. But he's looking okay. And Lightbourne, don't really care about him. Release players, this is all kind of broken, but Jordan Lussey's gone. Craig Hobson has left on a free on Christmas Eve, decided he wanted to leave. And Jack Dyche, most recently, came to me and said he wanted to leave the club, and because they were on non-contracts, I was like, yeah, no bother, I'll let you go, and he just straight up left. Like I said, though, we are 9th in the league. We're falling off a little bit from the playoff positions. Looks like Kidderminster are going to relatively comfortably win the league, but that's fine. We don't have to worry about that because that's got nothing to do with us. You want me to swap these two around? Is he like? He's got a reasonable left foot and very strong right foot. Friel has a weak left foot and a very strong right foot. Okay, well we'll swap them around. So, you can do this. Put you back to being a box to box because I'm sick of listening to Bonington. Or having the Sheffield Wednesday manager come to me and be like, oh, Bonington isn't playing the right position. He's getting first team football. My face has gone red again. Okay. That's fine. Renshaw is starting to go first. Pasha is starting at right back because Shallanor has been absolutely useless. 6.58. I'm sick of him. So he's going to be sitting on the bench. Stevenson is playing on the left with Flowers and Wilson as our central defenders. Thomas and Curran as our wide men. Friel and Willis in central midfield. Knowles and Bonington up front. As you can see, cautious mentality, gone a bit more less complicated, shall we say. There isn't a huge amount of things. Why did I leave Shallanor on the bench? Should have just dropped him. Should have just completely left him out because now I have no centre backs on the bench. These fans turn up through thick and thin. Nobody cares. At one point we did have an A+ for our manager rating. Was it A+? Yeah, it was A+. We were like in a really good run of form, and then my director of football went a bit mental signing players, and they were a little bit disappointed because we were struggling with the what's it called? The finances, not my finances, the wage budget. Oh, I fixed it. Okay, that's fine. That's why I was fiddling with my lights. Dobson, I was. Yeah, they were upset because I think when he brought Rydell in, was it Rydell that caused the issue? I think Rydell came in because Rydell is our highest paid player. Dobson just hits as hard as he can with his big toe and just manages to get it past Renshaw. Yeah, when Rydell came in, that caused a bit of issues. So when Friel is true, Friel absolutely smashes it into the back. Then at 32 minutes in, it is 1-1. Going to give a bit more encouragement. But yeah, we went down to struggling because we were so far over the wage budget. Thankfully, we're only slightly over the wage budget now. So they're like, we're on course to work within the wage budget, even though we're not. And it still says that we have a committed spend that's over the wage budget, even though I think there's very few players that are still going to be at this club next season. Because I think only Dominic Knowles has a new contract. And I think some of the players that have signed recently, Bonington, it's the post. So yeah, we don't have a huge amount of players that are going to be potentially hanging around for next season. Jack McKay did have an offer from, I want to say Bath, but he rejected them. So I was kind of wishing he would actually have taken it, but he didn't. So we're just gonna, everything's gonna be fine. I am considering a change at who's going to be playing at right back. We have a couple of younger players in our under 18s who I wouldn't mind giving an opportunity to. Was it Stanley? Is there quite a good... Oh, Bonington. Good save by the goalkeeper. Just, speculative effort, hoping that he can catch the keeper off. Or as, what we say, unawares, as some people say. Thomas gets it across Bonington. And he's onside. We're 2-1 up. We've also... We're not going to go to a second leg or like a replay. We'll be just this game. If it goes to extra time, it goes to extra time. But yeah, Stanley, I think we're going to be probably putting all our eggs in his basket. Because Pasha's good. He's a decent right back, but Challonor's just not great. I'm kind of hoping that Challenor doesn't get a new contract, because I don't really want to be playing him, and I also don't want to waste money. So it'd be nice if we didn't have to keep him. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We are on the attack again. Curran finds Willis, who's actually playing quite well in this game for the fact he's only got a 6.8. And Adam Thomas with his second goal. Dominic Knowles with the assist. You don't see that very often. Dominic Knowles assisting. Normally he's the one that tries to get the goal. Had all of this area, like 3/4 of the goal to aim at. Aims at the only part of the goal the keeper was standing in front of. But this is fine. As you can see, we're playing a cautious mentality, but we're attacking quite an amount. That free kick was interesting. The Hemel Hempstead players still have it, but they're just kind of passing it around at the back. Is Knowles going to try and run the keeper down? He is, but keeper decides to just get rid. Thomas dinks it forward for Knowles. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Knowles, not known for his crossing. It wasn't the worst cross I've seen this year. Or this season. That was pretty good. Stephen Gleeson's picked up a booking. Don't know where he plays. Willis. With... Spectaculare. Beautiful. I'm weary of taking... I was going to take Pasha off. I think that might be a bad idea. Because if we do, and then one of the other centre backs picks up an injury, or, something happens and we can't use them, we're going to have to keep him on. So we're going to take Harry Flowers off instead. Bring Challenor on. Curran's not having the best of games. So I think we are going... No, I was going to say... Move Thomas over to this side. Take Curran off and bring on Luke Daly, who's been struggling recently. But we're just going to... I believe in you. I believe in Luke Daly. They did say recently I should transfer list him. I think that's a little bit harsh. So I'm not going to. But we're going to just see if he can do something in this game. Because he's been played out of position quite a lot as well. I've been playing him as like a central midfielder a lot of the time. Because when I play Curran, Dominic, why didn't they both shoot? And Thomas, keeper, was so far out of goal. We had an opportunity and we didn't take it. But this is fine. Everything's going well. We have 4 goals to their 1. We're going to chuck a bit of praise at the lads. 2 minutes left. We're going to make a change. They've had a player taken off injured. Going to bring Jack McKay on for Bonington, just because he's a smidgen tired. Let Knowles run around as the poacher for the final 5 minutes or so. They have an inverted winger playing through the centre. Speculative pass that finds Daly, gets it across. Oh, Thomas doesn't win the ball. And then Willis shoots from miles away, and it is 4-1 to us. That is fantastic. I did think that we were going to be in trouble when they took the lead, but that was good work. Well done, lads. I am happy. And Luke Daly came away with a 7.2. Maybe he actually is a right winger. Maybe that's where I should be playing him, rather than somewhere in between the wing and centre midfield. Grimsby, having had a player sent off, came back to get a draw. Gloucester, 6-2 against Farsley. Gloucester have been one of those teams. They've had a lot of big results this year. It has been interesting to see their results. Spennymoor beat Bradford. Bradford beat Spennymoor earlier this year. They did. So we're going to be back in just a second. Bonington ended the goal drought. Fantastic. I'm pleased. I am pleased. Superb in front goal, Mr. Thomas. So we're going to be back in just a second for the game against Brackley. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully, it'll be a cheeky little 4-1 again. Right, fellas. Back now for the game against Brackley, who are 12th. And if they win this game, they could actually jump ahead of us. We have dropped to 10th because everyone else has played the game that they had in hand. We have made a signing as well. We did have a striker that was potentially going to join us. He went to Gateshead, if I'm not mistaken. But we have brought in J. Ben, who is starting today. Because Shallanor, like I said, not really feeling it at the minute. So we're going to put him... This is how we're doing it. So, think the only change is J. Ben coming in at right back, and Rydell comes into play in central midfield. Scott Wilson probably going to be leaving Scunthorpe and Stevenage. He's on a non-contract, which is not ideal. And Matty Waters came to me and said he wants more first team football, and I was like, yeah, you can leave. And he was like, oh no, please don't do that. So he is content for the time being. But we're going to be starting J. Ben for his debut today. Pasha is going to drop back to the bench. We're just going to hope that we can do the business against Brackley. They don't have any... Bradley rolled. I think he's playing quite well so far. So that might be something we need to worry about. But we'll see. Pick up where you left off last time. I think that's a fair thing to say. Hemel Hempstead was a good game. More of the same from you two up front today. So let's get into the game and let's see. Can we... Oh, straight away. Long throw. Excuse me. I was not expecting less than a minute in to score. So J. Ben, long throw. Keeper flaps, misses it, and Rydell is there to just bop it into the back of the net. That is Daniel Lewis. I was going to say Harry Lewis. I think he's like retired a long time now, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't he a Norwich goalkeeper? I'm gonna say Norwich. Was it Norwich? Stevenson gets forward. Oh, Knowles keeper manages to just react. That was a good reactionary save, has to be said. That was fantastic for Brackley, who were playing three at the back. No wide centre backs though, so you know. At this level, I don't think wide centre backs are the greatest thing. I've tried wide centre backs myself. Oh, Thomas hits the post. Yeah, they're not the best thing in the world. Knowles, was it Knowles or was it Flowers that headed that one over? Either way, that did go over. We mentioned Scott Smith had interest from Football League teams. Not playing all that well today. And Bonington, the keepers managed to push it onto the crossbar. Their keeper's playing a 6. I don't think a 6.9 is doing him justice. He has been exceptional. We've had 8 shots on target and only one of them has been a goal. Yet their keeper's still only playing a 6.9. Interesting. Rydell, goal scorer extraordinaire. Goes for a jog down the wing. Gets across. Bonington finds Knowles. Keeper cannot stop that one. And it's being ruled offside. I don't think it was that far offside. No, it was Bonington that was offside. Yeah. Ah, well, okay. We're going to half time. 1-0 up. You're capable of even better. I can. Do you smell that? Oh, I can smell it. You're capable of better. It's not. We really should have been putting our chances away. J Ben doing quite well. I did auto number for him to get his number, and Joe Gamble decided number 8 for our right back. So, fair enough. Thomas finds Ben, whips it across, big whip it over, and oh, what a cushioned header down for Rydell. Willis smashes it into the back of the net. We are 2 up, fully deserved. Praise. Maybe this is the ultimate tactic. 4-4-2. Revolutionary, maybe. Willis absolutely tears the net with that one. Leamington have taken the lead in their game. They've been really quite poor. We've gotten away with that one. Renshaw, who I had a chat with before the match to tell him, to get good or get gone, essentially. Because I've been playing Marshall in some of the cup matches, and he's been pretty decent. I think I've given him 1 or 2 league games as well. He's actually not been terrible. So I'm kind of, maybe he isn't the worst player in the world to have in the first team, but according to somebody, Alex Bonington, what a goal! Rydell gets an assist for that. According to somebody, Renshaw can actually be a League 2 goalkeeper. Don't know if I fully believe that. Rydell steals the ball away from a very poor pass, and Bonington does beautiful goal. Does a beautiful goal. And this is pretty tasty. Boston and Chorley were 0-0. I mentioned it, and then there was 2 goals or 3 goals instantly scored. So it brings us to 1 point behind Boston. It is about time we made some substitutions. Ben Friel can come off for Curran. Knowles can come off for McKay. I really want McKay to get involved, just a little bit. I'm going to leave the final change for now, just on the off chance that something happens. Brackley's right wing back is having a poor game. Rydell doing much better than he previously has. Bonington puts the ball in the back of the net. This is why you play him as a... It's only telling me about the Chorley going ahead 1-0 against Boston now. Rydell playing an awful lot better than he has since he arrived. And Bonington, this is why he plays as a poacher, my friends. This is why he's a poacher. Chuck a bit of praise at the lads. Renshaw gets down quickly to stop that from going in the back of the net. McKay gets it to Curran. Goes for a bit of a wander forward. McKay finds Bonington, and their goalkeeper makes yet another save. We have 4 lone players on the pitch right now. Didn't realise that. Wilson, keeper manages to push it over. I'm curious actually how many times we've hit the woodwork, and does Wilson hits the crossbar. How many times have we hit the woodwork? Okay, only twice. So obviously when the keeper pushes it onto the woodwork, it doesn't count. I'm going to move Curran to play as the winger. I'm going to bring Merrill on to play. Yeah, I haven't really tried him as Mazzella. Let's see what he can do as a cheeky little Mazzella. Doesn't have a huge amount of time to do anything with it. We've gone and won 4-0 against Brackley. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Fantabidosi expialidocious. So in the next episode, we're going to be looking at the youth intake, which actually is meant to be excellent. It was meant to be quite a good youth intake. So if you want your name, if you've made it this far into this video, then you'll know that I'm about to offer the opportunity of a lifetime. You can become a player in my save by just commenting down below in the next episode whom you want to be named after. Because youth candidates, we have a centre midfielder, who looks like a top prospect. Striker looks like he could be a fine prospect. An attacking midfielder we should keep a close eye on. Everyone else, a little bit trash. But that's not important. Not important. So for the next episode, we're going to come back probably for the Aldershot game and maybe to have a look at the youth intake. I probably will be posting it on Twitter anyway, so you'll get to find out what the youth intake looks like there. So it'll be maybe Gloucester, probably Gloucester. However, Gloucester are suddenly second in the league. We are only 9 points behind them, and we still have a number of games left to go this season. It's not looking not looking terrible. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. As I said, comment down below, let me know, do you want a player named after you in the game, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.